It began as a whisper from the dark, a spark of light adrift in the endless sea of stars. Astronomers thought it was just another comet, a frozen traveler from deep space, but they were wrong. What we now call 3I Atlas, the third known interstellar object to pass through our solar system, has defied every law of nature we thought we understood. It shines brighter than physics allows, glows green without the molecules that should cause that color, and scatters light in ways no known object ever has. From the ground and from orbit, every major observatory, Hubble, Webb, Gemini, even TESS, has turned its gaze toward it. And the closer we look, the stranger it becomes. Was this merely a cosmic wanderer? A fragment of a dead world? Or something built with purpose? Whatever it is, 3I Atlas isn't just passing through. It's rewriting the rules of existence. The discovery: when the Atlas telescope in Chile first noticed the object, it appeared harmless, bright, icy, moving slowly through the stars. But within days, the illusion shattered. Its speed was unnatural. Its light was unpredictable. And its tiny core, barely a few kilometers wide, seemed to pour out energy like a star. Hubble's first detailed image revealed something extraordinary: a small nucleus surrounded by a wild, asymmetric cloud, expanding far faster than expected. Even stranger, its tail curved toward the sun instead of away from it, a defiance of solar pressure no one could explain. At first, scientists blamed instrumentation errors. But the data was consistent, across every telescope, every filter. 3I Atlas was awake, and it was behaving as if it knew it was being watched. Webb's revelation: then the James Webb Space Telescope took a look. Using its infrared spectrograph, Webb detected gases escaping the comet's surface, but not the usual mix of frozen water and simple volatiles. Instead, it found carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and faint traces of hydrogen cyanide, but no water ice at all. That's impossible for a comet so far from the sun. Something else was powering it. Even more shocking, the light it reflected wasn't random. It scattered in aligned, patterned waves, as though guided by invisible order. Some of Webb's data hinted that metallic grains, nickel and iron in impossible ratios, were embedded in its surface. Ratios that couldn't form naturally, not in any stellar or planetary process we know. Was this the product of physics, or engineering? The green that shouldn't be. As it moved inward, astronomers from around the globe noticed something uncanny. 3I Atlas glowed a deep emerald green. Normally, such colors come from carbon molecules excited by sunlight. But this comet had been confirmed carbon depleted. The glow had no known chemical source. Some said it was caused by unknown molecular fluorescence. Others believed something within the object had awakened, triggering reactions never before seen in nature. If that light didn't come from matter we understand, then what was it made of? Theories and fears. Soon the scientific world was divided. Some dismissed the data as coincidence. But others, including prominent theorists, suggested the unthinkable, that 3I Atlas might be artificial. Its acceleration, its shape-shifting tail, its polarized light, none fit natural models. Its light didn't just reflect. It bent, twisted, responded. It was as if the object were interacting with space itself. And that raised the most disturbing question of all. If it can react to its surroundings, what happens when it reacts to us? The pulse. Then came the pulses. Hidden deep in its brightness variations was a rhythm, faint, precise, repeating every few minutes. It wasn't random rotation or sunlight flicker. It followed harmonic ratios, mathematical patterns found in music, not physics. Some said it was magnetic interference. Others whispered of synchronization, as though something inside the comet was keeping time. Counting down. The transformation during a routine Hubble observation, the comet's shape change. Its once round coma flattened into a perfect disk. Its tail split into two, each stream bending in opposite directions. And then, faint concentric rings rippling outward from its core, evenly spaced, perfectly timed. It wasn't chaos. It was control. The encoded light further analysis revealed an even deeper mystery. The light it reflected carried structure. Some wavelengths returned in reverse polarization, as if information had been written onto the light itself. Only engineered surfaces can do that. It was as if the object were made of microscopic mirrors, angled in a precise, coordinated pattern, not reflecting sunlight, but encoding it. And then, everything stopped. The pulses ceased. The light faded. The object fell silent. But just before vanishing beyond the orbit of Mars, every telescope recorded a final burst, a short, clean microwave transmission aimed not at Earth or the Sun, but out into the black. The global echo moments later, a ripple of energy passed through every major instrument on Earth, even devices not looking at the sky. Weather satellites, radio telescopes, deep-sea communication arrays, all recorded it. The pulse wasn't directional. It was everywhere. Like the universe itself had vibrated once, and gone still again. When converted into a waveform, the signal revealed a pattern, 6 long beats, 1 short, a heartbeat. And when mapped in 3 dimensions, the pattern traced a spiral, the exact path 3I Atlas had taken through the solar system. It hadn't just left. It had imprinted itself on space. Resonance of the Sun. Weeks later, subtle pulses began radiating from the Sun itself. Plasma waves in the solar wind repeating the same rhythm as the comet's signal. They were weak at first, then slowly grew stronger, as though being amplified from somewhere beyond the stars. When scientists traced the trajectory of 3I Atlas, they discovered that its path was not random at all. It formed a geometric spiral, a pattern matching the ratios of both atomic resonance and galactic structure. The precision was impossible to dismiss. It was no longer a comet. It was a message written in motion. The awakening Webb's last observation revealed something almost beyond belief. Localized distortions in spacetime at the point where 3I Atlas disappeared. The distortions pulsed in the same rhythm as the signal, bending light and geometry itself. Space had flickered, not broken, not torn, but shifted phase, as though a piece of the solar system had momentarily slipped out of sync with reality. And then, silence. Until, months later, a dim, rhythmic glow appeared far beyond its predicted trajectory. It pulsed with the same 6 and 1 interval, but this time, the light was stationary. Webb's spectrometer showed the same exotic carbon compounds as before, but the heat now came from within. 3I Atlas had transformed, no longer reflecting, but generating. And now, it was broadcasting again. But this time, its signal pointed at the Sun. The conversation within days, solar observatories recorded rhythmic electromagnetic bursts echoing from the Sun, pulses perfectly synchronized with the signal from the object. The Sun was responding. For the first time in human history, a star seemed to be speaking back. The alignment as Earth, Mars, and the Sun aligned along the same geometric spiral traced by 3I Atlas. A new signal emerged. A sub-frequency hidden within the harmonics. Its oscillations mirrored those found in DNA and neural patterns of living organisms. It was as if the signal were searching for resonance, not just with planets, but with life itself. Then came the climax. The object's light expanded, unfolding into a luminous web stretching millions of kilometers, interweaving with the solar wind, and shaping a vast lattice around the Sun. For a brief moment, the entire sky flickered, and the cosmic microwave background shifted in harmony. And then, once more, darkness. Aftermath. When the instruments came back online, everything seemed normal. Except for one thing. A residual hum echoing through the solar wind, faint but structured, matching the orbital frequencies of every planet. It was as if the solar system itself had been tuned. The harmonic ratios were deliberate, a mathematical signature of intelligence. And when NASA compared 3I Atlas's final path to old Voyager data, they found something chilling. Its last trajectory pointed straight toward the heliopause, the edge of the sun's influence. And at that boundary, Voyager's sensors recorded a faint optical flash, identical to the comet's last signal. Something had answered. Now, months later, the hum still lingers, growing stronger, heartbeat by heartbeat. Some call it a cosmic echo. Others call it contact. But maybe 3I Atlas wasn't a comet at all. Maybe it was a trigger, a signal meant to awaken the solar system, to turn it into a transmitter, to awaken something buried in light, gravity, or consciousness itself. Because the question is no longer where it came from, but what it left behind. And somewhere beyond the reach of our light, something is still listening.